It's a 2.5 inch hard drive, and I believe it runs at 7200 RPM, or maybe 5400, I don't know. I mean, even if it is 7200 RPMs, it's a 2.5 inch drive, so it has less platters, so it can't read and write as quickly as a 3.5 inch, as far as I'm aware of. I mean, it seems slower as it is, but when I look at like disk usage on Steam, it's never that good. So, and I got it for, I want to say either $500 or $600, which is a really good deal. Comes with Windows 10 Home, a 1080p display, a mediocre webcam and mic, and a sort of less than acceptable touchpad. It also comes with a fingerprint sensor and no backlit keyboard, which is like my biggest thing that I hate about this. If I had a backlit keyboard, I would at least be somewhat satisfied. I'm satisfied that I could play my games, but that's about it. The touchpad I don't care about, I never use it, I have a mouse. And if you're wondering what the mouse is, Logitech G502 Hero. It's the 16K DPI version. And a lot of people say it's big. Personally, I got big hands, it fits really nicely. In fact, it looks small in my hand, which is kind of funny, but yeah. I like having 16K DPI, because sometimes when you just don't care about being good at a game, and you just want to troll some people, you just turn it up all the way. Have a fun time with CSGO, that sort of thing. But my biggest reason for buying this mouse was the infinity scroll wheel. It's super convenient in so many scenarios that I've found. Scrolling through web pages, scrolling through Discord messages, just anything. You just keep it scrolling and you just watch it go. And just not having the whole clicky scroll wheel and being able to unlock it, even in this game, just being able to unlock the scroll wheel and have it go is so nice, so that you don't hear every click. So I know a lot of people don't like a heavy mouse. This mouse tends to be heavier and it has the adjustable weights. I put every single one on. I like a heavy mouse. It just gives me more control. It takes more force to move it. So in my opinion, it gives me more control. Because I happen to go to the gym and I got a pretty strong arm, so yeah. It helps me control it a little bit more. Because I can't really push tiny bits of force at a time. It's a pretty medium amount of force each time, so. Typically people like playing games at like less than 1000 DPI. I typically play my games at like 3000, mainly because I like exact numbers. So I'll put my DPI increments in 1000. So I'll start at 1000, then go to 2, then 3, then 4, and then for the last one I just go all the way up to 16K because I need it. You know, I totally need it. But I typically have it at 3000, mainly because on the side it has like the 3 lines of light, and I like all 3 of them on. Mainly because I want all of them to wear the same amount. And now I don't know if there's 3 separate lights, or if it's one light getting brighter, but I don't think it's one light getting brighter, because you can have different ones on and off at different times, and it just doesn't make sense if it's just one light, so. Price still hasn't changed. and it has been almost 10 minutes, so pretty good. But yeah, I want it to wear pretty much equally everywhere on the mouse, so yeah, 3,000. People say it's too high. I happen to get kills. I don't know, man. And then as far as like typically the Windows environment mouse sensitivity, which is something a lot of people skip out on adjusting, I have that at half. I used to have it on full, and now I have it on half. It just feels like I have more control. And then as far as like in-game sensitivity, I typically just go half. So I do half, and then 3000 dpi. Works out for me. It's all personal preference, really. It also depends on like your resolution. I know if you have a higher resolution, it takes more pixels per inch, or dots per inch, I guess, to move more pixels across. So having like, for instance, an 8K monitor would be like 5000 dpi would feel like 1000 on 1080p. So I want to say, I don't know for sure, but it's a lot slower. So far we have 150,000. I don't know how many times I've sold. I think this is the 4th time I'm going. I got 2 more to go, so yeah, that means this is the 4th time we are going. And then as far as like my headphones and mic, a lot of people will be surprised, but I use a Sony pair of earbuds, and I use the connected microphone with it. The sound that I get for the microphone sounds significantly better than any headset that I have heard, except for excluding the Sennheiser's headsets. Sennheiser makes the best mics on headsets. Oh wow, the price went down significantly. It's been just over 10 minutes, 11 minutes, so let's hope that we can make enough within the next 3. We've only sold 3, so at least the majority, I guess. But yeah, Sennheiser makes the best headsets on, or for mics on headsets. So I would recommend going with like the GSP 300 or 350, whatever it's called. That's a great budget headset. But if you're wondering what headphone I use the Sony XB55AP. I think that's what it's called. It might be called like the Sony MDR XB55AP or something like that. It is honestly the best quality earbud that I've ever used. The frequency ranges are between 4 Hz, yes, 4 Hz, and 24,000 Hz. It's not the lowest end that I've ever seen on any headphone, period. Like, I have never seen a headphone with anything as low as 4. My previous headphones that I've used that were wired, my first pair ever was a pair of Skull Candies. They were 20 to 20K. They were alright for the time. You know, that was when I got my first ever MP3 player and iPod Touch. And it worked. And I was satisfied. You know. And then my second pair after the Skull Candies broke were a pair of JVCs. And they went down to 10 and up to, I don't remember, I think 20. Let's just say 20K. So, they were good. They worked, and then they broke. Relatively quicker than the Skull Candies. And then I went into the wireless headphone range, where I think my first pair of wireless was a pair of QI8s, I want to say. They claimed a frequency of 20 to 20K, but it felt like it was punchy on the bass